Well, get ready. Get ready. Ready. Here I come.
You should totally sing as your intro.
I should. I need to get some music. But anyway, we're back. Part 2 of episode 2. Amidst the Ancient Trees. And I think you guys elected to take that little jog down to the west there. See what's going on with the freshness.
At least a little bit. Not like... We're not going to follow for hours, but we can see if like there's a body or something. Because there's a lot of blood, right?
There is quite a bit, yes.
Yeah, so I'm expecting some kind of whatever that happened to be more clues or whatever. Not too far.
Okay, hold on a second. I am. All right, well, not time yet. Okay, so you guys begin to follow this trail. Who's in the lead? Who takes point? I think it was, I'm assuming Dyer with his machete was going first.
If we want.
Sure.
All right.
I'll be behind him.
As you go,
I have my rifle in my hands.
Okay. Dyer's got a machete. The Duke's got his shotgun. And the shotgun is also in Meadow's hand, 12 gauge. Double action, ready to go. Anyway, you guys are following it. You get like a quarter of a mile. Blood gets more. Well, it's about the same, but it's definitely, there's quite a bit. This is not healthy. And then you get, and then you guys get about half mile on this trail and look down and you find that there is a knife on the ground. It's just from the distance, like you come out just this little crest, and then there, the weeds are pushed and flattened down more, and there's a lot of blood, and there's this knife right in the middle of the pool, and then the blood continues even increased just a little bit further behind this bush that's coming up, and that's where you stand.
I tell Dyer not to touch it and go and, I guess, look and see, examine it best I can without picking it up, I guess. I don't know.
As you get closer,
I don't really have forensics or anything, but, you know.
So what do? I mean, as you get closer, you can see that it definitely looks like it's, well, here's the thing. It looks like it's like a hunting knife, but it looks very old. It's rusty. And it's covered with blood.
Look like there's like handprints or anything on it.
Oh, like fingerprints, bloody fingerprints?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you do spot hidden? This will cover everything.
Spot hidden.
Yes. You see that there is, and then the way the trail goes off, that there's something just around, like something slumped on the other side of the bush just past you.
So I leave the knife where it is and kind of move over to the slump. Whatever slumped.
Okay, and...
Good. Body. That's awesome.
Why has it got a rainbow butt?
I don't know. Everybody go ahead and... So does everybody come and investigate? Okay, well, first of all, Thomas goes in the corner and sees this body. What do you do? What do you do, Thomas? Do you alert them? What do you say? What do you do?
I guess I kind of crouch down and look at him, but I go, hey, there's a body here.
Is that a question?
Really?
There's a body here? There's a body
Do
here.
it do it again, Thomas.
Well, I was just suddenly having flashback to the last time I played this game, and I inspected a corpse, and it decided to try to eat my face.
Oh yeah, there was that, but that's different. Well, there was actually at the same time. It's 1925. It was,
Yeah, there's no difference now. It's but that's going meta.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Keeping the meta out.
You're a federal agent who just found a body.
Who's accustomed to seeing? So let me ask you, who's accustomed to seeing dead human corpses? Like not in the morgue, but in the wild, probably murdered.
I mean, obviously, I've done investigation. I don't know.
Probably am, of all people.
Yeah.
Okay. Do the other two of you go over to the checkout? I mean,
Yeah. Well, yes, I will. I will go ahead and probably
I
roll
just
whatever
kinda
you want me to.
Kneel
Let
down.
me roll your sanity now or whatever.
oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody that checks it out is gonna make a sanity roll. I mean,
All right. Go, Bernard. Good luck.
Do you want me to do that too?
Fail.
I do want you to, yes, but you're.
Oh my god.
Do you want to spend 1 point out of your luck pool to pass?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so reduce your luck by 1.
Yep.
There's Meadows.
You guys.
Okay.
You guys are all. You guys
Thanks
all
for changing your
suck at
name to
this.
make it Meadows too. That's good. Okay,
You're welcome.
so those who passes, Thomas passes. Okay,
Yeah.
you take 0, and everybody else roll a 1d3. So it's / roll 1d3, just like it is.
Bim, 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 bim.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
1d3
Oh,
sanity.
1d3.
And so make
Oh, that doesn't apply to me then.
There you go.
Right.
yes.
It does.
Did you make your sanity?
I did because I spent a point in luck.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Then it's just the other two. All right. So I just want to double check because I fixed the sanity rolls today. The 94, like the far right, is going to stay the way it is. The middle number is the max is where you started because it's equal to your POW. The far left number is where you're going to mark your sanity going down or up. Okay. So just want to make sure that we're clear on that. So
just change it.
yeah, so like you would go down to 59 on the far left column. There you go.
Gotcha.
And then I'll do Meadows here. He went, oh, you already did. Okay. Yep. So there you go. And you're looking at a body of this, obviously a man who's wearing overalls, the yellow shirt. Let me go back to it here. You can see that he was bleeding very profusely from his left side. And if you get close enough to look, you see that actually right below the rainbow butt part you're talking about looks like actually dried paint of different colors.
Oh. All right. When the Duke sees this, he pulls out his handkerchief and covers his face, like, obviously disturbed, not used to seeing something like this.
Meadows does the same with a handkerchief of
And
his
he's-
own. He's like,
He just says, "Oh dear God."
Yep. It's disturbing.
I'm already wearing gloves anyways, so I just kind of like see if he has a wallet or any kind of identification or anything.
Yeah.
Check his pockets, I guess.
Yep. You turn his
I'm
pockets
just
inside
kind of
out.
I'm just kind of going through the motions of like
What's that called when you find bodies? Okay, you turn out his pockets.
to see if
Flip them? Yeah, you flip them. No, I was kidding. Yes. He has no identification.
it's called rolling. But
Rolling. There you go. Thank you. If anybody wants to make a medicine or first aid roll, they may. But there's a knife wound in his side, and you can see there was a poor attempt to bandage it with like his shirt, a rip of his shirt, but he has no identification.
mm-hmm.
Yep. So you can do medicine or first aid. Nice, Dyer. He's back. Dyer's back, baby.
Meadows, isn't it?
He lights up like 4 cigars in a row. I'm back, baby.
I'm back, baby.
Oops, that was actually Bernard. That was the wrong person.
Okay.
That was Meadows.
So Meadows makes a hard roll.
Meadows is fine.
Meadows starts to say, "Oh, he bled and went fast. Whatever, he was attacked at whatever point." And Thomas, who made it? No, Dyer. Sorry, Dyer. I mean, not only, I mean, he go fast, but like, I mean, you hit, I'm not sure on the side what it would be, what kind of organ, but he hit something. And this guy, I mean, the fact that he pulled the knife out only made it worse. Like, the guy probably tried to pull the knife out and bandage it because he thought that was the right thing to do. But when he did, he just increased the bleeding and then got a few more steps and collapsed. Like, you can tell. Like,
so this guy, apparently, he got stabbed, took the knife out, bandaged himself up, put his shirt and overalls back on, and walked a bit and died.
His overalls wouldn't have been taken off. He probably would have ripped a piece off the bottom of his shirt and attempted to like.
Those bandages are wrapped around his body underneath his clothes.
Okay, maybe it was some cloth he had. I don't know. It doesn't explain it that far. He didn't take his clothes off. He would have hastily tried to do it after pulling the knife out and failed to correctly remove the stabbiness.
Huh.
So there.
Also.
All right. So you found the end of the
No,
trail.
I don't know. Leave him there, but take up the knife, kind of look around and see if I can find anything else around body. Tell the other guys don't touch him. We're gonna have to mark this spot somehow.
So you do pick up the knife?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. It's gooped with coagulated blood. It's definitely a hunting knife, but it's very old. Like, it doesn't look modern, and it's rusty. Like, the blade has got chips in it. It's got a lot. It's mostly rusted. I mean, not only it would suck to get stabbed with a knife, it would suck to get stabbed with this knife because it's just breaking off all kinds of tetanus inside you. So
I dig like a cloth or something out of my bag, carefully wrap it, and then tuck it into the bottom of my bag.
All right, noted on your sheet, sir. Rusty, bloody hunting knife, or whatever.
Rusty, bloody. Oops, bloody is 2 O's.
So Meadows, I want to know. No, not Meadows. Jeez.
Then I kind of Sorry, I was kind of wanting to look around and make sure there's nothing else around. I guess.
Yep, nothing else that you can see. There doesn't look like there's any other footsteps leading away. No other pursuers. He looks like he was alone.
Probably one of them painters. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I gotta change the sanity here. I'm keeping a little sanity chart on the overlay. Yeah, I just want to know how. I mean, this is like an internal thing more. And I don't know, Dyer, if you shared all the information I just told you about what he did and how he died, but that's up to you. But Duke Mowbray, Duke Suffolk, sorry. How's he internalizing this? How's he? I mean, it's not much sanity point, but it's still something that happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just it disturbs him to see such obviously visceral kind of display.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Duke, unlike his brother, is not accustomed to violence. Who actually served in the war.
Okay.
To him, he's not unused to seeing an injury, but this goes beyond anything he's probably seen before.
Absolutely.
So he takes it in clearly kind of just seeming disturbed, takes his hat off, shows a little respect to the dead man. But it's just kind of looking intently at him and just, thinking about mortality.
How old is he?
How old is who? The Duke?
The dead guy. Can I tell? Is he young?
Yeah, I would say he looks like he's not. Maybe he's made his mid-20s. Maybe.
Okay.
It's a young man. What's a young man doing out in the woods, so far from town, and in all likelihood a laborer to boot?
Looks, judging from the paint stains on his pants, I would say he's probably part of that group of painters that was out here.
Oh, the university students.
This has got a whole heck of a lot more dangerous. Now, you know, any way we can mark this spot so we can find it again? Unless you feel like dragging this poor soul's body around.
Actually, I have an idea. Can I use a, let's say, navigate roll in order to take a note in my notebook approximately where we're at, like some sort of cartography point?
Yeah.
Don't we have a whistle that we're supposed to blow or some shit?
You know what? That's a fair point.
You do have a whistle, and yes, you can make a navigate roll.
That's probably a good idea. Maybe we should blow it and see if the sheriff or somebody hears something.
Dyer, what do you think about this as they're talking about blowing a whistle out in the woods?
Oop, failed.
You're kind of lost right now. You're like, well, I mean, I kind of know where my direction is, but I don't know where I'm at. Exactly.
Yeah, Dyer says go ahead and... Yeah. Yeah. Might as well report it.
I had the whistle, I think, or yeah. I'll blow the whistle a couple times.
Okay.
We should.
Go get a real whistle and blow it. No, just kidding. I'm just looking ahead on the module real quick here.
So we blow up the whistle.
Figure Luke's...
Do we hear a response?
Oh.
Do from Cthulhu himself.
Please, you know that sound the Reapers make? We hear that. No.
So, go ahead and make listen rolls.
Listen.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
Hey,
listen.
listen. Oh, that's not listen. Hey, listen.
Them wood games to get on. It's kind of...
Hey, listen.
Thomas and William.
Da 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 da. Thomas Harbook, William Dyer Diamond, Bernard Edward Mowbray, Duke of Suffolk.
Okay. Who got the regular success? That was Dyer. Dyer, off in quite a bit to the east, at least as far back as you were, then a little bit further. You hear just the brief sound of a diesel running, diesel engine. Most likely a truck. It's quite a bit of ways. It's probably at least a good mile and a half to your east. And Thomas, you hear that too. But just as that is fading away, you do hear a response whistle further to your northwest from the position you're in now. And that's all I'm going to say at the moment.
Our instructions regarding the whistle, I forget. Were we supposed to just wait if we need the whistle, or?
It's basically like an alarm thing where you can try to call for help from other people to let them know. And the idea would probably be to blow the whistle, you hear a response, you blow yours, and you make your way closer until you find each other. But you also both heard a diesel engine running quite a bit to your east, where the whistle blowing is coming more to your northwest. Most of the groups that went out after you were all to the north. You guys were about the most southern group. If everybody was facing east, you guys were mostly to the south. Everybody else was going further. The next few groups went northward. If you went in a straight line and then fanned out.
The diesel engine faded away, though?
I mean, it does. I mean, it starts to, yeah. I mean, you hear it just like, oh, okay, and then it kind of starts to get softer again. till it's gone.
Vehicle or something. An engine running out there. Fortunately, we're gonna have to leave this person here. We have to decide if we're going back to the north or if we go check out the engine.
You got the whistle to the northwest. You have the engine you just heard. You have the trail you were following. And then you have this trail that you're on now. If you went back to where you originally found it and went and followed it from where it came, you would have that trail as well. So you'd have the trail of this dead dude, the trail you were originally on, or the whistle response.
No, there's too many. The cost is too damn high.
The cost is too damn high, Jim. So this is like, you guys are all kind of thinking information's been put forth. Maybe Meadows has said it. And so what do you guys do?
I'd like to hear some opinions, honestly.
There's a truck nearby. It could be our killer. It could be the kidnappers trying to make an escape, and it could be anybody.
Not necessarily a vehicle either. It could be, I don't know.
As far as the reports you heard, the kidnappers came on foot. But, I mean, after the gunfire and disappearing into the woods, you don't know what they did after that, right? So
This guy,
you don't know if there was a vehicle involved in it at all.
this guy is part of a group of people who are in the forest. I have a feeling that if we follow his trail back, we're going to find the rest of them. That may or may not be good. I mean, finding them is good, but the condition that they're in when we find them is going to be a different thing. Plus, we still need to find the child.
We can't solve every problem.
Ooh.
So which problem do we solve?
Girl.
Okay. I don't have any particular argument against that. Did you follow the original blood trail? Dyer? How much change going on in your woods there?
There's always something strange going on in these woods. Just out of curiosity, if all three of us are going back on the trail, how exactly are these guys going to find the body? They heard a whistle.
I mean,
Do you have some cloth, some
There's nobody
signal
close
you
to-
can tie to this tree? Draw some attention to it so somebody will see it?
there's nobody close enough to help us with that. Anyway, there's no guarantee that person's the sheriff. We're gonna have to leave him and just mark the spot and hope we can find it again. The girl's more important. She may still be alive. We'll mourn the dead later.
Yeah. Guy's like, I suppose we can mark a tree, but in these woods, marking just one tree to signify where a body is might fall on no eyes.
No.
I-
Either of you.
And gentlemen, I'm not saying that we need to do something. I'm just saying even if we mark a tree, they have no specific idea where the whistle came from, just that they heard it off in the distance.
Right.
And no idea that they're looking for a body, Meadows says. They're looking for another group.
I look around. Is there any landmark or anything I could use nearby?
Make a luck roll. Also, you guys you all hear the whistle this time. It's not really that it's closer. It's just that you guys fall silent for. Wow. Yeah, there's this really oddly shaped stone outcropping that looks roughly like a bird. I mean, it's pretty obvious once you actually hone your eyes on it. And there's like a tree that stands up behind it that is almost as wide as it is. So you're like, oh yeah, I'd remember this if I saw it again. Absolutely.
So can I use navigate and maybe just kind of remember generally where I am? I don't know. Just to see if I could lead people back here if I needed to.
I'd say with a crit, you're going to remember that place forever.
If you can find another reference spot like that you were before, like where the trail, where you found this trail in the first place, something like that, or if you went back and found the logging road and marked trees along the way, I mean, you could easily set it up that way. Yes.
That would require backchecking.
Yeah.
Trying to look for a way that didn't require that.
Mm-hmm. But I want to know is what you're going to do about the whistling, which does sound again. It's not really closer. It's just you guys have a moment of silence, and then you all hear it, just faintly.
Well, I kind of look around and kind of try to set the area in my head, and then
Yep, you got it.
let's go. I blow the whistle and then head back to the other blood trail.
So you're going back to your original trail?
Yeah.
That's the call? Okay. So you blow the whistle once more to try to tell them this area, and then you leave?
Yeah, I just kind of an answering whistle. If they blow it again, we'll blow it again and see if we can hook up with somebody and maybe send somebody back here.
Okay. Do you occasionally tweet, so to speak? Oh,
As long as somebody is...
there's no signal out here. Sorry. Just kidding. Go ahead.
As long as somebody's, like, whistling, I mean, as long as we can hear it, I would return whistle, I guess.
You know what? Someone
makes
make a
sense.
luck roll. Someone make a group luck roll. That usually comes from the person that has the lowest luck.
That's 75.
That's not you then.
I have 70.
That would be Dyer then. Dyer, make a group luck roll.
Don't
Sorry.
suck.
Sorry, guys.
I'll take that.
By about the time, so you get back to the original trail kind of leads you back close to the logging road, and you are heading north again. We'll say it's going to be probably like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Definitely now at this point, the whistles are coming closer as you guys are communicating, and so you go on your rest of the way. Okay, so we'll say that you come across, or eventually, as you find yourself waiting over the edge, come like 4 men. One of the parties. It was actually the next party that was next closest to you, and I don't have names ready for any of these guys, but we're gonna go Earl,
Jim, James, and Joe.
Okay, that's it. Earl, Jim, James, and Joe. These are all maybe people that one of the two of you old townies know, at least by sight. And they come around and like, oh, hell! Old Dyer! Oh, Thomas! As you guys blow, great. And they come up. What you need? You got action. They all have their guns at the ready. Like they look on high alert as they come around up over the cusp of this hill. They look on red alert as they're coming. They're like, we've been tracking hard. Been tracking real hard. What you find? What you got?
Guys find anything weird? The body back south a ways.
Body? Was it one of them gangsters?
I don't think so. I heard there was another group of kids in the woods doing painting or something from the university.
What?
Looks like one of them.
What? How'd you hear? I didn't hear nothing about that. Where'd you hear that?
I'm a hunter.
Holy cow! How many people are out in this woods right now?
Too
A
many.
lot, apparently.
Too many. And one of the Joe chuckles at Dyer. He's like, yeah, way too many.
I'm sorry. I was not making a joke.
He starts to laugh again, then he sees that you're dead serious, and he shuts up. So Errol continues to talk to you, and he's like, well, he goes, you ain't found any of the gangsters or kidnappers, whatever, or the girl yet? Money?
Following them.
Anything?
We're we found money. We found a blood trail.
Okay.
And possibly one of the gangsters that wounded. We found the other guy. Kind of looking to have somebody head back and see if they can find the rest of his group.
Well, we can, I guess, give it a try. Maybe I don't know. It's been weird.
Weird.
They all look at each other, and Jim's like, I don't know, just weird dreams, disturbing. Last night, we got pretty far northwest. Just, I don't know, it was weird.
Weird dreams like what?
It's stupid. It doesn't matter. But
Persuasion.
Jim's like, anyway, James here is afraid, so we might head back to town. James like, shut up. You had it too. You can roll persuasion. Thomas, you can roll persuasion if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh. So Earl was the kind of the leader. Jim's the one that's like, let's start talking about dreams and blamed it on James, and Joe's the one that's laughing at Dyer. I know.
What's going on, guys? Tell me. This is serious stuff. Anything could be anything.
Yeah,
Anything could mean something.
Yeah, but you know, like dreams are dreams. They don't have anything to do with the hunt that we're on. But that's what Jim says. And James is like, listen, I had a dream. I was just in this woods surrounded by sickly yellow trees. All these dead leaves were falling. It wasn't even time for fall or autumn yet. It was just, I was walking through. I thought someone was watching, waiting. You know, branches snapping. You're looking around, and I don't know. It's just, it was dumb. Joe's like, yeah, I had like the same dream. I don't know. I thought I had the same dream. Maybe I just heard his and I connected mine to his. And then like Earl's like, well, I mean, I dreamed of a cabin.
Cabin?
Yeah, just a cabin with some silhouetted figure in it. I don't know.
As these strangers describe their dreams, Duke is looking more and more uncomfortable and worried.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and make a sanity roll? Meadows too.
Yay me.
Oh!
You can.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so Meadows will take 1 and Duke will take 2. 1 for success, 2 for failure.
Ooh.
Quietly going insane over there. Great. It's gonna break. And we'll have a situation.
I'm about to break. Anyway, sorry. That was inappropriate.
All right.
So
The Duke says that can't be. That's all he says.
what do you mean, city boy? Says Earl. And he's like almost looks challenging at you, afraid of what you might say. Maybe. Huh? Well,
I had the same dream myself last night.
and Joe's like,
Ominous music.
Meadows looks at you, Duke, and he's just like his eyes widen for just a second, and then he, being that he's the good valet, just like completely regains his composure and like a heartbeat, you know, and just like, and then Joe's like, so you dreamt of a cabin?
It just chuckles and he goes.
They're like,
No.
Forget it. This is stupid. Anyway, I think we're going back to town. If you want us to find that body, give us some directions, and we'll try to pick it up and drag it with us.
I mean, and if you could just find where it's at and then lead some investigators there, it'd be better than you dragging a body.
How about you just tell us where it's at, and we'll take care of it. We didn't pack enough food. We're freaked out. I think we're gonna head back. We're about ready to turn around, and we heard your whistle.
If you're heading back to help us out with a couple extra supplies, and I lead that direct them. What do I need to do to direct them to the body? Yes.
You're asking for more supplies?
No. It was just like, no, it's fine.
Okay.
I don't really need it.
You can tell them. You can basically go, hey, go south till you hit the login road, follow it. When you see this mark that we put on a tree, you follow that straight east, and then you'll find that, that tree and that rock, and it'll be there. You'll see the blood. Whatever, right?
Right. Okay.
All right, so with some like relief on their face, and a couple of them one of them scowling at the Duke, and the other one guy just looking kind of completely lost. They unless you guys say more to them, they head off.
Heading off.
Okay.
I guess we try to pick at the trail again.
Yeah, you still been on the trail, but go ahead and if you want, go ahead. Anyone wants to make a tracking roll to get back on the trail, you may. Okay, first of all, you guys are sitting before you go. You guys are sitting there. I mean, does anybody want to reflect on the conversation that was just had, or is everybody just kind of like, we'll just drop it and move on?
What did they say? They said they had a dream. I had the same bloody dream.
Yep.
They ran out of food.
They didn't pack enough. Yeah, they were freaked out, tired.
They were freaked out.
They look tired. Everybody's probably tired, right? Adrenaline gets going sometimes. Like you guys had adrenaline rush earlier with the body, and then you probably hike for a while, get tired. I mean, it'd be exhausting. It really would.
I mean, I'm going to use a plot point. Not really, but just kind of say that Thomas has had experience with bad dreams himself from his experience, and he knows that this can be a connection, but he's not. He's kind of keeping his own counsel right now. He's interested in the fact that people are having the same dreams, but he's not really.
He's not talking about it out loud.
He's not talking about like, hey, so you guys have the same dreams and da da da, because it's really not a whole lot to say. I mean, most people
Okay.
just.
If no one talks about it out loud, then you guys can continue on. I was just curious if anybody did.
I don't know. I don't know if they yeah. I mean, if they do, that's
Sure.
That's fine.
No, I like your inner monologue though, Thomas. I like that you're pondering that as you've eyed the Duke about it. So if you guys have nothing else, then you can make tracking rolls to continue following the trail.
Come on.
Holy crap, 98.
That's not the worst roll I've had.
I'll see what Meadows has here. He probably
Come on,
doesn't.
Bernard. It's up to you now, Bernie.
Oh, yeah. I have 10 in tracking. It's not going to happen, my friend.
So you follow roughly north, and then you head east. You kind of roughly get in that same way, but it's starting to get a little bit dimmer. You might have to circle back and reclaim, or double back to find the track again. I mean, it's not impossible. It's been done before. You kind of lose track. You thought you were going one way, following this thing, broken branches and stuff. A little bit of blood once in a while now. At this point, a lot less, and then suddenly you're like, oh wait, this is a rabbit path. This is not the path that the guy was on, or whoever was on here, and you're just kind of like wondering what happened. And then everybody can go ahead. Let's see. No, we need a group luck roll. And at this point, I'm going to allow whoever wants to volunteer to take it. May do it. It's supposed to be the lowest, but if someone else wants to jump in, they may.
Go for it, Dustin.
Bam.
Oh, snap. Let me take a little perusal. Like nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Just let me read them on.
Nothing is broken. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Wait a minute. Flagrant error? Who is it? What's it?
Okay. All right. So you guys are just starting to turn around to double back, and just thinking about double back and looking around, and suddenly just BAM! A shot rings off, and then just overhead, like about 5 feet overhead, the bark on a tree explodes as this bullet just hits the side of it, showering
Drop
down.
to the ground.
Showering.
Drop to the ground. Straight to the ground, dude. Bam.
Spike yelps, and he's like, and he ducks for cover. What do you guys do?
Spike. Oh, the dog. I was like, what?
I know.
Spike.
I'm trying to remember that there is a dog.
There's a dog.
I know there is.
Spike yelps and ducks. I just drop to the ground.
Instinct.
If nobody else drops, I yell, "Get down!"
Okay, then I get down. Duke just looks confused. It's like, what the heck was that? And then he gets down.
You get down.
It didn't quite register. It was like, whoa.
Meadows actually kind of rolls, and he's suddenly behind the tree that was hit by the bullet, on the backside, and suddenly he's like, Dyer, what did you do as a reaction?
He doesn't drop in. He doesn't completely drop.
Mm-hmm.
He crouches and he takes his rifle out.
Okay. It was definitely a rifle shot, and it was just to the north of you. You're looking up an incline. You guys can do spot hiddens if you want. Let me just actually.
Can I use my binoculars?
You know what? If you use your binoculars, if you get them out real quick to look, I'll let you have a bonus die, which means when you do your spot hidden, roll the gray die.
Gray die.
Come on. Nail those all night.
So you got a hard success, Duke. Thomas, you get down. You're looking at everybody else, telling them to get down, so you can't see anything else right now. But both Dyer and Duke, you look up, and there's kind of a felled tree that kind of it's pretty good size. It's probably about 4 feet tall on its side, and it's up the end of it, the stump side of it. It's kind of resting against a rock, and you see the glint. I mean, the light's starting to die, but you happen to catch a little glint off a rifle that's kind of wedged in between the rock and the end of the tree. So
I would.
We just see a rifle. We don't see anything else.
I mean, there's someone holding it. You can see the hand on the upper part, but who's just kind of scanning down your way. And, I mean, you kind of realize that you were way out in the open, and the shot was blatantly high. So one of a couple things, either on purpose it was missed, or someone doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Okay, gotta yell, "Don't shoot!"
Okay. You hear "I won't shoot if you just leave and turn around, you damn crazy bastards."
I don't know if this would constitute a stealth roll or a navigate roll, but I would like Dyer to attempt to navigate kind of tree by tree and slowly climb up.
Are you trying to move straight towards him, or flank around the side?
Flank around the side.
Ideally,
I'd like to use the trees for cover.
Yep, it would definitely be a stealth. But before you make I guess you can make the roll. So Thomas and the Duke and
nobody down here wants to hurt anybody. Why don't you just put the gun down and we can have a talk?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like it just like last night. We tried to rip my throat out. I don't think so. You show your face, I put a bullet in it.
I was about 3 miles that way last night.
Are you like pointing where this guy will be able to see you?
No, I'm just,
Because he's gonna like, I don't know what that way is.
so.
Uh,
So does he
Can I
have an
try-
accent? Does he have an accent?
I don't know what he has. Maybe I just apparently like going southern.
No, so maybe I yell out, "What's the hunter guy's name that we were kind of looking for?"
The hunter.
Yeah,
Tex.
Oh,
the Texas guy.
I will tell you. You were looking for Brian and Arthur Hall. Brian is the father.
Are you Brian or Arthur?
Huh? No. No. That ain't my name. Shut up. Leave. Get out of here before I kill you. I'll do it. You can go ahead and make your stealth roll there, Dyer, if you like.
Actually, Dyer wants to do an intimidate roll now.
Oh, so he's not leaving? Okay.
No.
Okay. Once.
I do
Yep.
kind of want to move. I kind of want to move. If Dyer's not moving, then I kind of want to try to move. Like,
Okay. So you
around.
might try to flank Thomas while Dyer does an intimidation. What is the Duke's action? I mean, it can be staying undercover if you want. That's fine.
Yeah, staying in cover.
I mean, he's a smart man. I totally agree with what he's doing. 1 second, I'm just taking a little glance here. Okay, so. Okay, so you're fine, Duke. Dyer, you can go ahead and make. Let's do a stealth roll first, just so I can see how that's going to work, and then you can do your little speech and then roll an intimidate after that.
You want me to roll both the stealth and intimidate, even though I'm kind of changing my course?
If you're just trying to stay where you are, which if you're talking, you're not going to be able to stealth, right? Because he's going to be able to hear
Right.
where you're coming from. So you can just do intimidate. But I want to go Thomas with his stealth roll first.
Okay.
my stealth sucks.
Well, you're the one that said you wanted to start to flank.
Yeah, I just kind of want to move out of his line of sight. But yeah, okay, here we go. Look at
Look at that.
You
Check
lucky son of a
mark.
gun.
You cheeky bastard. All right. Okay, so.
So I was like on my belly, so I'm imagining this is like shrubbery and brush.
So I imagine you going up, like if you're facing up this little hill, you're like going around the left side or the right side. Which side are you going?
I don't know. Whatever. I
I feel-
imagine we're spread out. Whatever side
I feel
Dyer
you.
was next to me on the right, then I go left. If the Duke was on the right or left, if I'm in the middle,
I
guess.
feel like you're going up. You're creeping up on your belly to the left side up the hill.
Yeah.
You get behind a tree,
That's-
then behind a
I just-
rock, a log.
Yeah, just kind of like edge off the side and.
You're
yeah.
probably about 50 yards away from this guy. So with this stealth roll, you'll probably advance like 20 yards. Okay.
Okay.
And then, okay. So Dyer, what are you saying? And then roll your intimidate.
I hate saying what I'm going to do and then failing at it.
Well, you can roll the die first if you think you feel better rolling the die and then saying what you're going to say. I don't really care.
No, I mean, worst that's going to happen is he's not going to believe me. So Dyer's like, son, you keep talking about killing us. Why don't you come down here and do it? And don't be a sissy with those guns. Why don't you do it fist to fist like a man?
Are you intimidating or taunting?
It's
That's a different thing.
it's fine.
You're right. Maybe I should reword that.
No, I like it. I think you should
You
go
like
with it.
All right.
Oh. All right.
Meadows is intimidated by Dyer. Great. Intimidated the wrong
Oh.
guy.
Well, I didn't unchange the name. You're right. Villain. There. So he's like, "Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Of course I'd like it. That's why I said it.
If I come down there, if I come down there, you're just gonna grab me.
If you come down
and
here,
rip my
you're not
throat
gonna
out
make
with
it
your
back up.
bare.
I'll tell you that much.
And so Dyer, you're kind of there. He's gonna go ahead and take a shot in your direction. So you're about 50 yards.
He's gonna take a shot with the gun because he's too much of a wuss.
Mm-hmm. Let me just look at rifles here. What's a common?
Get shot. Don't get shot, die.
All right, let me just.
Don't get shot.
Don't get shot.
Just don't get shot.
They apparently don't want you to get shot. Okay, that is going to be firearms. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Shoot him.
Oh. That ain't good. Let me see.
He had a ridiculously high rifle score. He probably missed.
Yeah, I mean, malfunction that was super close to malfunction. It was super close. He stands up for a second and he fires at you, and he's just like, pow, and it goes way over your head, Dyer. It's in your general direction, but it goes way over your head. He fires and then just ducks back behind. He's like,
"Oh, you're not going to give me the option to fire back at him."
"Oh, if were you at the ready? Were like you talking and waiting? If you feel like you were taunting but keeping your eye directly on him, you can fire back. That's fine."
I was definitely keeping. Well, the thing is I don't think I had a clear shot of him. You said we just saw the rifle.
He stands up for a second. I would probably your distance. What gun do you have? You have a rifle?
I have my rifle.
Which one is it, your 30-aught? Or
it would be the carbine.
Which
How
one?
many rifles do you have?
What's that?
How many rifles are you carrying?
I only have one rifle. I have a machete, crossbow, revolver, a carbine, and a shotgun.
Okay, the base range
You
is
have a
actually
carbine too? What?
it's a 30-aught. It's a 30-aught lever action carbine. Same thing like he's using. You can use one use per round. It holds 6 bullets. Its base range is 50 yards, which I said before I even looked at the gun for him. So yeah, you can do it at the same time. I would say because okay, here's the thing. I would normally say a penalty die because he's undercover, but since you've enraged him with your intimidate, he actually stands up enough to really open himself up. So you can take a regular shot, no penalty. Just go ahead and roll.
And I roll my rifle.
Yep. Your rifle roll.
What?
Let me
my firearms, right?
it would be yeah, because you can click
It
on the
should
green.
say rifles R/S.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I need to roll the die for firearms or if I need to roll the weapon die.
It's the same thing because you tag the skill as the same thing, so it's still a 77%. So that should still work either way. You can click the firearms
I feel
rifle
more
or the 30
comfortable.
out. You can click either one.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, by one!
You can.
By one!
Do you want to push your roll and or use one luck? Oh, you can't use luck in combat. You can't use luck in combat. You can push the roll if you want and roll again.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's what I like to hear. Attaboy.
Yay!
Okay. That's the damage is a 2d6?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll 2d6, sir. As he stands up, he fires at you as you fire him. Probably you hitting him jerks his shot way off balance. Ooh.
You just killed a guy.
Is it 2d6 plus something? Or just 2d6?
Just 2d6.
It's not like you have a significant amount of hit points in this game.
Oh, I get it.
No,
I do.
I mean, one good shot like that can be the end of you, but I just need to check this guy. Okay.
That would have ended me.
Okay. So he stands up like, you son of a, and you're ready and you fire and you just hit him square in the middle somewhere. And he's like, screams like, ah, and he jerks his rifle up and shoots. That's why it goes so wide. And he falls backwards. Just like, ah. And then the screams narrow down to a whimper. But I mean, Dyer and since the Duke and Meadows are so close, you're all kind of deafened for a moment. It's only that
So
Thomas off to the side is not quite as deafened, as you are just with a gunshot that close.
If it's possible, I would actually like to run up to him and try to administer first aid to prevent him from dying so quickly so that we can interrogate him or talk to him.
So your move is to run ahead real fast towards him?
Yep.
Okay. Thomas, what are you thinking? And Duke Suffolk, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna. Did I see the whatever crazy guy get shot?
Were you watching?
Presumably.
Okay, then yes. You saw him fire and the guy like fall back screaming as the shot went wide. But I mean, you guys don't know if he's dead or not.
I'm gonna ready to cover Dyer as he's moving forward.
Sure.
Well, I'll cover Dyer, but I'm gonna go ahead and move the hill, continuing my flank.
Are you keeping under stealth?
Yes.
Make another stealth roll for me.
He's trying to. I probably will fail horribly, but you know. Boom!
I was going to give you a bonus die anyway, but you did it without my help.
Look at that!
And then,
I am amazing.
Dyer, you run up the hill. Let's see. Go ahead and make a luck roll.
What?
So, this guy, as you're about halfway up the hill and totally exposed, he comes back up over the log with his gun in hand. He's like, "Gotcha now!" And as he sets the rifle on the log, like you can see that his right arm is just bleeding profusely. As he sets it down, he's like, "Ow!" And the gun falls out of his hands forward over the log and lands on the ground in front of him. And he's like, "Oh!" And he turns around and tries to start running away. And as he takes off and our heroes pursue, we see a chase scene begin as we fade to black on this episode. And we'll begin next time with a chase scene, which I won't do according to chase scene rules because I don't like them. We'll probably just make some rolls. Nice rolls. Dang it, Dyer. Come out with some crit ones. Shoot.
Just one.
Well, there's a couple crits tonight.
Yeah, that was Kurt.
Both luck rolls back too.
I have to say, I am amazing. So, you know.
So, that was the end of episode 2. For people out there, thanks for watching. For my players, thanks for playing. And we're gonna cut the episode there, so we'll see you guys next time.
Ow.